fagilé lórúkọ Yéṣùà. Àkọsílẹ̀ Sátánì láyé mi, mo fagilé lórúkọ Yéṣùà. Àkọsílẹ̀ Sátánì láyé rẹ. Brethren, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. I'm still your friend. You see how close I am to you? While you are sleeping, I do a lot of recordings that you wake up to meet that would lift your spirit. God bless you. I'm Yemi Omogboyega. It's time for us to discuss another major issue, and that issue is the issue of you can, you shall, you will overcome the present day inflation. You can, if you desire it. You will, if you desire it. You shall, it's a must, that the current inflation in Nigeria, hyperinflation in Nigeria, will not rewrite your destiny for bad. Rather, you will achieve that purpose or those purposes that God has purposed you to come and fulfill here on planet Earth. Whether you say amen or not is not the issue. I'm not sermonizing, let me put it that way. Because the reason I'm not sermonizing, many of you hear things you don't understand, your minds are not there, and you don't practicalize them, and at the end of the day, prayers appears as if they are not working. Prayer without work. Romans 12 verse 9 or so. Just get to Romans 12. I can't remember now. Just work and pray. Google it, and you get the Romans. It's a Romans chapter. Prayer without work is zero. So this morning, I want to tell you the practical things you can do that will make your life attainable during this seemingly hopeless period, during this dark tunnel that Nigeria is passing through. I'm told rice is now minimum of 100,000, depending on the grade and quality, whether it is imported or local. Whether it is, there's one they call, oh my God, you understand? Oh my God, you don't know that one. There are different local versions. Oh my God is there in the local version. You just put your teeth on it, you strike those rocks, not even pebbles, not stones, but rocks, and you hold your head. Oh my God. And there is the, of course, when you have your 100,000 upwards, you can now eat the ones that you can eat without. What a wicked world. Just before I forget, Yari, let's start. Get this message across to everybody you know, the groups you belong, in your WhatsApp group, in your Instagram, in your Facebook, in your wherever. Share them all over. Let it go viral. Little tips here and there, just like my mother would say. Let me say it in the best dialect. It says, àìrọ́ni bá fọ̀, òní parí ìṣẹ́ kó ṣẹ̀yàn. If you have nobody to relate with, that is the worst situation you can ever find yourself in life. Let us talk together. Let us encourage ourselves. The government is not, the church is not encouraging us. The government is not encouraging us. Let us encourage ourselves. Be strong and be courageous. That's what God told Joshua to do. And he did. So in this turbulent period, be strong. Please share these messages to encourage others to get themselves encouraged, to get themselves, to fetch them strength from divine source. Pass your comments as we go on. At the same time, please ensure you subscribe. Oh, that is the one identity thing that we have together that will make us to. I want to know who the beloved are. I did a video, over 12,000 people viewed it. If I have just 1,000 people today as subscribers, you and I will now be talking directly. You can relate with me online on YouTube. Maybe you see all those live things. You see, this social media is what will take us to the truth. And that truth will set us free. Don't you see what it's doing in the religious circle? Let us now subscribe. Subscribe. If we were online now, I would say, I won't talk again until you subscribe. But we haven't got there. We need 400 and 580 something more people to get to 1,000 subscribers base. Encourage me. So press the notification button so that you can do this job quickly. Within 1 or 2 months, I want to see if we can really get there. And we can. I desire it. You can make it happen. I trust you to do so. Okay. Prices of things are soaring. We went to the market the other day. We bought 2 kg of fish, Titus, that nobody was eating in the 70s, or that was given as ovajara in the 70s. In the days of Ipiya, you know Ipiya, tilapia. In the days of, what do you call these big, big fishes? Different species here and there. Ladyfish. Oh, I love that fish so much. In the days of mackerel, big ones. In the days of kote, in the days of, there is this type of fish that is like snake, flat, that you put it in your mouth, it melts, and it's like the flat bone there, you just remove it. The only problem with ipiya is the bone. The body is sweet, but you can get choked with the bones. But we knew how we were tackling it, and we are alive today. If there's any food accident I would have had in my life, it is fish that would have killed me that day. Oh, my sister did not cook soup, oh, but I went to do it. You know what we used to do? Go and meet those children that their mother cook something that day that has meat and fish. Me, I took fish, I didn't know how to process it. I swallowed the bone together. Oh, God saved me. I had to carry mortar, heavy mortar on my head, and then they put a bar in my mouth, and then I had to. They say, has it gone? Have you swept it? Shotilo, shotilo. That's how God saved me. So if you have somebody who is choked with bone or whatever, please, heavy object, place heavy object on the head of that person. The uh, the lungs or the air passage or whatever will open. The throat or whatever, the passage will open. So if it's something that you can push out, encourage the person to push it out. Put finger on the throat so that it can push it out. But if it is something that has gone beyond being pushed out, get a muscle of eba, it's heavy, to sink it, it will go. Outside that one, the hospital is the issue, and I pray you won't get to that level in Yeshua's name. So, 10,000 naira for 2 kg of fish. They will still buy pepper. Today, as I speak with you, a piece of alubosa, onion, is about 500 naira, medium size. Vegetable. Ugu has become what was the king of vegetables here in Nigeria before, but now it has become uh, the lord of the vegetables. Water leaf that nobody considers important is not even available in the market, talk less of how much you will buy it. And then yam. Thank God it's a bit down. Is it good news that one tuber of yam, no matter how big, is selling for 5,000, 6,000, 10,000, or under just slightly under 10,000? I'm talking of thousands. I'm not saying 100 though. That's how dangerous the situation is. Then inside of all this, you will pay school fees for your children, and you go there, the price is up. Anytime I traveled from Isolo to Lagos and back, if I'm in Lagos, I spend 5,500 minimum just on transportation. Then you want to buy clothes. Those of us um, who have to do extra things to maintain our health today, we know what it means. I was in a general hospital in Ekiti State. I saw the rows of people in the ear, that is the ENT session, too many. Optical session, that is eye session, too many. Apart from those who have various other diseases, many of which, with good knowledge of what to do in their early ages, would not have happened in the first place if they had fed well and they have a good lifestyle. Ignorance, the mother of all calamities. Put them at bay. Have you been to the dental session? Ah. And in spite of that, you'll be traveling on the road. Those of you who are old, your back, arthritis will, before you move 10 kilometers, the bones have shifted beyond the present level of their capability. You are in trouble. Diclo upon diclo, ibuprofen, all these, then the mental state becomes something else. If you are over 50, please go ahead, go and do medical checkup. Check the state of your brain, your mental state. Check your liver, check your heart, check your kidney, check your vision. Something, you must have a message. At least out of those 4 or 5 places you've got, you have at least messages in 2 areas that something is going wrong. It's either your eyes are already getting weak, and so on and so forth. So these are the challenges you face. And then you come back and say, okay, you get home. They say somebody died somewhere, and then you have to contribute money. And then you look at yourself and say, "Irú ayé wo ni mo wá? What sort of world is this?" And you read the news all over. Everything is just as if God is not with us, whereas it is not true. Let me tell you what brought about the strangeness of what is happening to us, that made us to feel this inflation so much, is because we have been previously over pampered and our values were misplaced. I will explain all this so that it will help you to manage this inflationary period. There are a lot of wastages, things that we don't need that became important to us. And as a result of that, we get agitated. Only few things are needed. And there are two categories of people. Let's put it that those of us below the age of 60, or let me even put it below the age of 60. And the second category are those that are from 60 and above. We are in different worlds. Our needs are not the same. Those from 0 to say 55, they are on the going journey. Those who are 60 and above, they are on the returning journey. Therefore, our needs are not the same. Let's take it from food. You are 60 years and above. What's your business with rice? What's your business with rice? What's your business with eba? What's your business with amala? What's your business with yam? What's your business with what are they? Many, many. Okay, what do you have business with at that age? Because all those things, they give you excessive sugar, and your system can no longer burn that sugar. They give you calorie, they give you cholesterol. What's your business with ororo, with fried things? What's the business with pasta? What's your business with chicken licky and republic of this world? You want to enjoy yourself? Okay, that's on food. Though. Recently, our children were happy and they said, "Oh, let us take our mommy to, let us celebrate our mommy." And they were organizing like a birthday party. My wife said, "What is the birthday party about?" The reality. What's the birthday party around about? What is it about? Thank you very much. Hold your peace. It is not all about noise making now. Another value. If some people have not celebrated their birthdays, ah, misplaced value, misplaced priority, and you see them agonizing. And in the process of celebrating birthday, they want to buy new clothing, they want to buy, they want to do this, they want to do that, and then in the process they will go and eat foods that they never needed. That way, at the end of the day, they will spend millions before they can be getting treated from what those food will give to them. Finish your birthday today, land in the hospital tomorrow. You've eaten jollof rice. Jollof rice is loaded with vegetable oil, fried jollof, um, and then all sorts of things that they will add to it that are no longer compatible. Your system cannot digest, that will rather kill you faster. What's your business with them? So you can see that to those who are 60 and above, God has helped them. When you talk of rice, nothing concerns you. Me now, I don't eat rice per se, say again. Maybe once in 1 month. It's not even a satisfying food for old people. It doesn't satisfy. And it ends up giving you heavy sugar, starch, and so on and so forth. You don't need rice. So take 100,000 out of your budget. If you are old, oh, I'm not talking of those below, those young ones, they need all this food because it gives them energy. And the difference between the aged and the young is that the young is still burning that energy. They need it and they run. See children, who tells them to exercise? They run and they burn unnecessaries from their body. We adults, they will now be telling us we must exercise, we must exercise. To even walk is a problem. And then you go and load yourself with sugar, with cholesterol, with everything. So when you are into that, you see, if you are 60 and above and you are still saying you are suffering because you don't see rice eat, your mental state has issue. Just check it. You are dying from ignorance. My people perish from lack of knowledge. You don't need sugar. You don't need rice. You don't need Milo. You don't need Bonvita. You don't need Indomie. You don't need all these things. They all belongs to the younger generation. No wonder the younger generation are fighting with the elders. Yoruba will say, tí òkété bá dàgbà, ọmú ọmọ ẹ̀ ní mu. What you need now is something softer for your system and less quantity of it. And what you need more now is to pay attention to checking your medical state, the organs of your body, so that you begin to attend to them. And I want to tell you, they are more expensive than for you to than the rice you are making noise about. Very, very expensive. A single test, ordinary test, can cost you maybe 100,000. Go for eye scanning. They call it OCT or something. OCT scan. Go and check it. In a reputable eye center, you will spend between 75 and 100,000 for one scan. Treatment has not started. Now, orthodox versus herbal medications. Go and check which one is more expensive. Today, even herbal medicines, herbal medications are grossly more expensive. But when it gets to injections, you buy market. Treating malaria now effectively will cost you about between 30 to 50,000 naira, just one treatment. We're not talking of typhoid. We're not talking of other terrible, terrible ones. God forbid that you have terminal disease. So leave that alone. So what you need, those of you who are old today, is more attention to know what is happening in your organ. Things you will eat are things that will make that your system can digest easily and that make you feel light and feel better. You can lift your body and you can walk around. And you need more walking. Walking, that is trekking. 10,000 steps averagely. Just trek 1 kilometer away, trek 1 kilometer, perhaps 2 kilometers. That will help too. And you need to check your system too. If you do it at the wrong time, you may end up with arthritis. If it is not enough, you will have arthritis. So your troubles are whereas the younger ones they go, they come, they fly, they do everything. Nothing. Then another problem that we have. Things that we ought to do, we don't do. Things we ought not to do, we do. We prioritize things that are unimportant to us. Even like when my wife mentioned that, look, don't waste your money. Go and use that money to build a house. Go and use that money to do something. Use it to do something for your children. Have a home on your head that will belong to you, not rented. Don't buy rice for me today and you are struggling for rent tomorrow. Even quickly, I interjected by saying, look, by God's grace, my birthday, 70th birthday, God willing, is 2.5 years time. Never do I see you taking me to any hotel to say you are going to mark birthday. It's not a priority for me anymore. If not for Facebook and some people, those who are used to me that have been reminding me of my birthday, sometimes I would have forgotten. I would have forgotten the date. Thank God for those people. They don't allow me to forget. But can I now go and put up so much affairs? I go to Sheraton. I go to many, many places to go and celebrate. Look, that thing has been simplified today. Do you know that if you cook rice for those who can eat rice, and they cook what is good for you, beans, beans, eh? Cocoyam, not yam, cocoyams, water yams, sweet potato, because it is good for your eyes. Sweet potato is good for you as an adult person, especially those of you, if you don't have blurry eyes, it will help you to prevent you having it from having it. Vegetables, oh, vegetables. Unripe plantain. Amala made from unripe plantain. Even though sometimes, this our mouth sometimes. I know it is not very good for me, but sometimes I still peep into dodo. Dodo is not good for me. The sugar content is too much. But because it is sweet, and immediately I finish eating it again, I'll start looking for detoxification. Bakala, otili, all those local grains. Do you know that there's a limit to which you should even eat maize or drink pap? And if you must drink pap, you must not sift it. Just grind it like that and make it. You won't enjoy it in the mouth, but it is good for your system to have the fiber inside. Do you know that even fruits, as we talk about, apple is good, no doubt, but it has its own sugar, heavy sugar content. So if you must eat apple, maybe half the fruit a day or maximum one. I prefer small one if I want to eat it whole. And I alternate it with other things. Banana is good for you, but one finger, maximum two, is enough for you as an adult for the whole day. And when you now mix them together, you say you are doing smoothie. Hey, you smoothielize your life, and you may be paying dearly for it later. Eggs, neither here nor there, maybe one a day, not more, and preferably not fried. Let me confess to you, sometimes I still refuse to. When you give me boiled one today, I will say, Mommy, let us. I prefer to. You see, I will justify it by saying that, you see that bread, if I want to eat, bread should not be part of your major food. If I want to eat bread at all, I will say, please, the endeavor to fry it. It's not always sweet when you eat boiled rice with egg. I say, and she will chastise me. I will say, please, please. Sometimes she will oblige, sometimes, and she doesn't oblige, I will say she's wicked. Whereas, so those things, vegetables, watermelon that you see, so it's so good, it's so whatever, but at the same time, the sugar level is so terrible. Apple, watermelon, they are in the same level. You cannot imagine when you eat apple as well as watermelon the same day at the same time. You can eat avocado fruit, which is the season, and God so blesses us that we have fruits of the season. But we still have to know how to manage them. If not, we will undo ourselves, especially when you are over 60. A suru, bitter yam, is good for you, but you won't like it. And all these things, eating with the fiber in the body, that is the one you peel away. Do you know? Let me tell you, plantain. Nobody loves to eat plantain because it is not sweet, or ripe plantain. But if you eat it with the um, peel, oh God, I pity our goats. When the older we are, the more goatish we become. Do you know that if you boil that plantain, just eat it with the whatever? In those days when you eat it peeled, you discover that your stool will be so hard. And then that's why many of us run away from. But if you eat it with the peel, ay, yeah, 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 good vegetable. These are the things that we need: exercises, light food, and sleep as long as you could. Not, you know, sleep at your pace, wake at your pace. Me, my own pattern is I've woken up now since 1 o'clock, and this is 5 o'clock. Night is my day now. Day is my night. So during the day, I may be having sleeping, whatever. It's not that I'm sick. So if you see me in the church, sometimes I don't go to church because of the fact that I may be dozing. They will now look at Papa. God bless you. God bless you. You're welcome. Who beat you? Sorry. Sorry. Go and tell me. Oh, nobody did not beat you. God bless you. Hey. So, as I said, I go to church. When I check my body and I know that I won't be sleeping in the church before they start making jest of me, my body can no longer. I, I do my obedience in the night, and then in the morning. In the morning, I'm sleeping. During the day, I'm sleeping. Sleep when the sleep comes. That's for the elderly. The younger ones, all I will say is, yes, you need sugar, you need everything, but I think it is good. What is happening now is good because you will not eat all those things in excess because there is no money to even buy them. Yes, if rice will affect your parents should cook noodles, should cook macaroni, should cook spaghetti. I mean, there are alternatives to rice. I don't know why we are dying for rice. Yes, it's good for you, but there are other things that are as well good. Eat yams, eat bread, eat egg, eat as much as possible, eat vegetables too. Eat all things eatable, including fruits. Beans is good for you. Just like Yoruba will say, Ọmọdé ò mẹ̀wà ló ń jẹ àjẹsùn. You know, in those days, every young person runs away from beans. And now, with poverty now, with the scarcity and with inflation, you will love beans by force. And it is good for your head. Don't you know it is what they give them in the prison yard? It is the best food for them, for everybody. But we consider it as the food for the prisoners. No, in fact, it is we that are prisoners. Those people are the ones that enjoy. They are only confined in a limited space. So let us be wise. Then alcohol, flee from alcohol. If I mean, avoid it from when you are young, so that you don't face the repercussion in your old age. Any old man that is still drinking alcohol, it is a choice. You won't blame anybody for killing him or for developing terrible illnesses. You, the youth, you are doing exercise, you go to work, you come back, you do everything, you still go to play football, you do everything and all that and all that. It's good for you, but moderate whatever you do. Avoid luxury. And then let me also tell you there are some things, values of life that you place value to. Excuse me, oh, you are recording so inside my recording. So many of those things that you value, and your hand does not reach. So you need to be careful. Don't let anything worry you. Focus on how you can make the best out of your talents. Because that is where your employment is. We are hearing that there's no employment, no employment. No, those who tap into their talents, they are still feeding. And from there, something will become surplus. Your first focus should be your talent. You can never be unemployed with your talent, with intact. Use them. Online programs are there. Yes, there are scammers. That's the only thing to fear. You have to beware. God will guide you or not to fall into their hands. ICT matters, copywriting, and so on and so forth. You can be here and be earning money. Wrong values, fashion, fashion. There's no end to buying expensive materials. Instead, buy investments, buy land, buy lands, landed properties, buy blocks of flats and rent them out, buy small houses, rent them out, buy land, buy and resell. Those ones will help you. We'll be talking about all that. So the values you attach now, another area you need to be very, very careful for 2025 is coming. By now, the church is reminding you that you must pay your first fruit in January. And the increases you just got for your minimum wage, the first part of it must be given to them. Then 10% must follow. And they already projected your income for next year, the whole of next year. They are waiting for your first fruit in January. You will be foolish to give it. And you cannot give that and come back and say inflation is in town. And you are giving it because you think that manna will fall from heaven. Manna has stopped falling. The day the Israelites entered the land of Canaan, manna stopped flowing from above. Everything they do there, they labor for it. And God is ready to bless all the work of your hand. Deuteronomy 28, 10 to 14. If you don't follow that and you go and give foolishly in the name of thinking that returns will come, what has become of what you gave the previous years? And what is more, tithe. Tithe is coming, first fruit is coming, then love offering. We are told one GO, in an attempt to make the Christmas, get his Christmas, wrote a book selling it for 500 naira so that everybody, it looks small. So whether the book is meaningful or not, it looks small. But that is how they garner the monies from you. A little here, a little. They don't mind little. As they are eating from the government, they are eating from the investments they made. They are still collecting. Can you imagine? Continuously from you that have not. No wonder. Látọwọ́ aláìní la ó ti gbà fẹ́ni tó ní. But àwọn ẹni tó ní ò fẹ́ kẹ́rí ṣe nípasẹ̀ wọn. From the have not, the rich, or from the poor, the rich will gather. But the rich will never allow you to gather from them. The church will never call you one day throughout the year and say, come and take this. Or you have a need that is pressing and they come and say, you have it, and they come to you and say, let us solve it. No, if you die, they will bury you and take honorarium to finalize your stupidity and failure. Your children's education, you use it to pay all those things. You must be vigilant in 2025. I'm still going to talk about that and above. Thank God the movement is going on now, and may God allow the temple to be sustained. In 5 years' time, the churches will redefine their financial goals. They will invest and be making money from there rather than be exploiting the people. That source that is coming regularly from that, and they come back to blast you that it is not your money we are using to do it. If anything, that money is a base. You can imagine somebody sells 500 naira worth of books, and you sold to 2 million people, and at the end of the day, people will say, "Oh, do this send you message?" You pay tithe, and nothing is getting well for you. You will say, "We didn't force you." Whereas they begged you, they cajole, they threaten you, they say you won't make heaven unless you make it. So, uh, the foolishness of religion this year, coming year, you must remove from your life. Know your God for yourself. You can do anything for the church of God, but not at the uh, not by coercion. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 7. There are many of the things we clamor for. We think we value God. It's not God we value. We are stupid because we didn't read the Bibles. Hebrews 7, 8, 9. Chapter 7, 8, 9, 10. Go and read. The Old Testament practices are different from the New Testament practices. You pay tithe during the Old Testament. You don't pay during the New Testament. Don't mind what the pastors will tell you. They are hungry. I have developed personal revelation that I shall collect it. No personal revelation is above the written word of God. Hebrews 7 is written that when you are collecting tithe, in Hebrews 7, verse 5, it says, when you are collecting tithe, you are collecting according to the law. The law has been removed, repealed, and you are still, they will use that to convince you. They will tell you stories, they put you in suspense. You cannot come to the specificity of your life. At the end of the day, you will come and be crying. Inflation is not beating you, it's your stupidity. Again, go to your garden in your house, any little space, 2 feet from the wall is okay. If you have already concreted your house, just do 2 feet from the leg of your fence and then fill it up. Let it be as high as maybe let it be as high as 3 feet or if you can even do it to like 3 feet. Fill it up with loamy soil. Grow your vegetable, grow your plantain, grow your banana. You won't need to buy them. Do irrigation, put water there. Do it around your fence. You will be glad you did. It's not everything you have to put money in your pocket and bring money out to go and buy. It's very stressful. And the prices are unstable. And then you end up not eating what you should eat, but you end up eating what you find. And then you end up being drained left, right, center. Think outside the box. One thing that religion does is that it captures you completely. You can't think outside them, especially the cult group that you enter, you can't go out. Did you write application when you come in? And when you are going, why must you be specially authorized to go? Food for thought. Be careful. The world is wicked, even in the church of God. The church of God today, as practiced, is wicked. They kill your destiny. They kill the destiny of generations to build their own destiny and their generations after them. And they don't bother. They don't mind. They will come in different ways. But this 2025 that is coming, God, if they raise their standard in one way, God will raise his in 7 ways. They will call you stubborn. They will call you backslidder. They will threaten you. Stay firm, but know your God. Read the Bible like never before. Listen to messages online. Preach, and you see, the best way to master the Bible again is for you to be preaching and teaching yourself. Matthew 28. In the process of teaching, more revelations will come to you. Are you using our family devotional? We are on day 135. We are reading the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. completely in a year. And we'll be repeating that so that we'll get different messages, loaded messages. God bless you. Because of time, let me stop here. I think I've said something. Reorder your life so that no inflation can beat you. Rice is unimportant for you at the age of 60 and above. Don't go and think that you are suffering and be weeping in the corner that Nigeria has fought, that the rice has become 120,000. What do you have to do with it? Those of you who are younger, buy alternatives and tell your children to know how to be prudent with food. We are so wasteful. Like the party thing we are talking about is a wasteful exercise, honestly. Did Jesus ever celebrate his birthday throughout his lifetime? It is we that turned it to celebration. And we choose an arbitrary date and say this is his birthday and we begin to celebrate it. And then we will kill ourselves, we will fornicate, we will commit adultery, and then we drink beer, and then do nonsense with it. What did the birthday celebration of, is it the king now or Herod? It fetched the head of John the Baptist that was telling the truth, preaching the gospel. Ashemashi. Make yourself happy in your house, kneel down in your room, pray and thank God. Go to your church. If you want to give anything to appreciate God, or your own volition, give it. But not that somebody invites you and say, today is your birthday. Won't you come and do this one for the church? Don't do it. Because it's not part of your plan. You can imagine if somebody says up to 50% of your semester can be given to your church. What else will you use to train your children to take care of yourself, to take care of your family, to take care of your extended members of the family? The church is greedy. The church is wicked. The church is where you must be aware of. Monday to Sunday, you are in service, one service or the other. Every service attracts offerings. And your tithe is steady, your first fruit is steady. Let me stop. God bless you. Please share. You can see why we must liberate the next generation. We were victims. It must not repeat itself in the lives of our next generation. Have a very wonderful day. Let me have your comments. Your friend that I am, Pastor Yemi Omoboyega. Your life must be molded for the better. I cannot look on. That's one of my missions in life, to better the world, to live it better than I met it. And I'm happy God is giving me the grace to fulfill this. Have a wonderful day.